All right, y'all. So, as we know from last year, fall 2024, the remake of one of my favorite animes was finally getting done. And it's something I asked for years. I was begging, I was like, please redo Rama One Half. And when I finally saw that they were redoing a Rumiko Takahashi project, it was like late 23, and I think it was early 23, and it was Urusei Yatsura. And I remember getting so mad because I was just like, damn, that's the wrong joint that I wanted. But then last year they announced the remake of Rama One Half, and I went crazy. I was like, yes, I'm gonna do and let y'all know that when I was a teenager in high school, Rama One Half ran my life for like 6 months straight. It's all I watched. I watched it on the school bus going to school, on the school bus going home, on the SEPTA bus, in my room, when I wasn't doing homework, when I was out with people, I was just watching that joint any and everywhere because I just could not get enough of it. Now, the one thing that kind of brought the old Rama show down was the fact that there was a lot of filler. There was like 44% filler. Like 71 of the episodes aren't even canon out of 161 whole episodes, which means there are more canon episodes than not, thank God, but still a really high canon number. Really high canon number and really high filler number. Something that I'm very happy about with this remake is they don't have to have any filler because the whole manga's been done for like 30 years. So, in the thing that scares me about this anime is that Urusei and Sora, they tried to cram that whole thing into 48 episodes and it just didn't work. Now, with Rama, I don't think they're going to try that. Rama's, in my opinion, way more popular than Urusei and Sora, right? And it is her best work, in my opinion, even though I do love Inuyasha. And was it Meisani Koku? That one's really good too. But on the side note and getting into the series, I am so happy that season one of this show is great. I'm actually going to do this season by season. So when season two's done, I'll do a video about that. So I'm going to say to season one. It went perfectly. Pacing, animation. Obviously, the people need to take time getting into their voices, which is fine. But for the most part, everyone's really good. And that's a plus because usually redoing a dub like Rama, where the old dub actually isn't that bad, is pretty hard to do. So going down, I know Valerie Rodriguez was the girl who they brought on Ring Boys Kane. The first one or two episodes, she was okay. She's not Miriam Soroyas, in my opinion. I think she's the one person from the classic dub that I really, really miss. I really miss Miriam Soroyas a lot. And that doesn't mean that Valerie Rodriguez is bad. She's grown on me a lot. I really like Valerie Rodriguez, actually. My favorite person has to be Grace Liu as Shampoo. She's really good. My man Damien from Smosh is Ryoga. Allegra Clark, if you guys don't know her, I could say Dorothea and Shamir from Fire Emblem Three Houses. I know this isn't like the biggest nerd channel just yet, but I'm a dork, so this is what it is. Who else? Damn. I know J. Michael Tatum is Sound Tendo. Wrong casting, in my opinion, because J. Michael Tatum should have been Kuno, in my opinion. He should have been Kuno, not Mr. Tendo. No waste of him. Fred Tatasciore is is Genma, and I was like, Fred Tatasciore does anime? He's usually the Hulk, but all right. And Stephanie Shea is Nabiki, another miscast in my opinion. I mean, I love Stephanie Shea, but no, bro, because for real, Trina Nishimura should have been Nabiki, right? And then like Laura, Laura Summer, someone is Kasumi. She's fine. Kasumi doesn't really need a big voice actress or anyone particularly amazing to be her. Kasumi's never really that important. So it's fine. One thing I did think was cool is that Josh Keaton, everyone should know Josh Keaton. He's Spider Man, bro, and a bunch of other people, but he's Spider Man. And the best Spider Man cartoon is Dr. Tofu. And I guess that would like round out the whole cast for season one because season one is only 13 episodes. And they did everything they needed to do. They did everything kind of spot on, part for part from the original series and did it the same way but better. And it pacing felt better. Not a lot of filler needed to be added in. It was just each chapter. And I know As far as the manga is concerned, Kadachi's introduction and Shampoo's introduction are about 6 chapters, so about 3 episodes a chapter, which was really good in my opinion. They handled that so well. My it's just such a good series, man. Rama's so fun. Like I remember when I first stumbled upon it by accident. A friend of mine, he got the older DVDs, and we were just watching his basement. I was like, this is kind of weird, but I kind of like it. And I remember never watching it again. And then for some reason in high school, I got this urge to go back to visit it, and I fell in love with it. And yeah, obviously you could tell because I'm not even really talking about the new season like completely. But the new season does everything well. I have no complaints about the action, the animation. There's some really cool animation choices when it comes to the fighting. It's hard to review anime because like it's not really a character, it's a drama misunderstanding driven kind of anime. So Akane obviously doesn't like boys. That's the big popular thing. Starts off with long hair because she likes Dr. Tofu and wants to compete with Kasumi, and she feels a little insecure around Kasumi because Dr. Tofu's in love with her. Would be my go to for like some kind of character development, but for the most part, that's really kind of it because she kind of lets Dr. Tofu go and kind of focuses on herself, secretly focusing on Ranma too. But I thought the first episode played out perfectly. The second episode played out. The second episode, Kuno and Ranma's beef at first plays out. The whole pigtail girl thing with Kuno is even somehow more hilarious this time around than it was originally. I can't say there's a bad episode in season one. Like there just isn't a bad episode. Like Ranma has one of the best starting points for an anime I've ever seen, and that is proven back then and now. Like the first couple of arcs of Ranma are some of the just it's just awesome. Now I do want to credit to them for not really trying to change the series for modern audiences. And maybe Rumiko Takahashi had a hand in that, right? Maybe she was like, listen, we're going to do Ranma, we're going to do Ranma. Because I know in recent times, this would be considered insensitive. Because I know, not to get too political, but they were trying to make it seem like Ranma One Half was this like trans person's rights thing back then. And Rumiko Takahashi herself had to say, no, I just thought it was funny that a boy would turn into a girl. That was it. But they tried to make it bigger than it was, right? No offense to anybody who is with that community. Obviously, I don't have any issues with that. But just trying to say that I can understand why people would think that going into this show, but it's not the same. It's not really about that. It's really just the insane hijinks, the high octane humor, the insane coincidences, or the insane amount of drama pulled in that just comes left and right all the time. The the thing that I still love the most is that Nabiki, obviously the differences from the older show, that seems to be more what this is. Nabiki is thrown in a lot more in the older series. Obviously, she's not in this point of the manga a lot. She shows up every now and then, but she's never important. But in the older show, they gave Nabiki so much more screen time, which was fine because Nabiki's fun. Nabiki's fun as hell. Obviously, like Kadachi and them kind of show a little bit more than they usually do, stuff like that. But in this, it's like on to the next story, on to the next cycle, on to the next chapter. Nobody feels forced in, nobody, because it's what was done in the manga. Now, I know they created their own character for the show, and that's that like um, announcer guy, but honestly, he doesn't really change the show that much. He doesn't really change the show that much. He doesn't augment anything. He doesn't like get involved. They don't make him more than what he is. He's just a random character they came up with to, I don't know, I guess speak to the audience. Like I don't know specifically what that is, but I'm not saying that's a bad decision because he doesn't change the show at all. He doesn't change the show in any capacity. Like that's just what it is. So instead of some random girls announcing the martial arts gymnastics fight, which was my favorite part of the first season of the original series, but it's my second favorite part of this series because my favorite part I'll talk about is he announces the martial arts gymnastics fight instead. So that's really the only difference. Like he's announcing it, which is fine because he seems to be like an announcer guy for stuff like this throughout the season, which is funny and he's actually kind of entertaining if you give him that grace. The Like I said, so that's my second favorite part is the martial arts gymnastics fight. I think Kadachi is just as fun as she was back in the day. Kadachi is just a fun time. She just is so enjoyable every time she's on screen, and her introduction might be my favorite of the fiancés just because it's just crazy. She's insane. Like I never get over in either thing, even in the manga, when Akane just like lays on her bed and looks up, and Kadachi's just stuck on her ceiling, and she just jumps down, and tries to kill her, and they end up fighting. Then she like makes that black rose swarm and disappears. It's like this is the most hilarious thing on earth. It just is like Kadachi is funny. And then obviously her little like trying to seduce Ranma on the roof, and Akane leaves him up. The whole section is wonderful. And obviously Akane is gonna fight Kadachi because her Tsundere energy kicked in, but she messed up her ankle. Ranma has to do it. He ends up actually fighting her and beating her, and Kadachi's gone for a little while, but she's still so much fun. And Allegra Clark does such a good job. It's just kind of hard to top Taro Rothery's insanity because Taro Rothery was really good at being insane. Like she really was. So that's doing that. Now my favorite part of the season was definitely the ice skating match, which is funny. They're switched in the older series, but in this, the ice skating match is my favorite thing ever because I forgot how much they changed in the older anime to kind of like convenience the audience a little bit. But I do love it. I love Rama getting kissed by a guy. Like, oh my god! Because also the older anime did a mistake and aired shampoo before the ice skating match. And so there's a part where Akane's having like a flashback to Ranma pretty much going at Mikado saying, "You touch her and I'll kill you." But that hadn't happened yet in the older anime. So you're like, what the hell was that? And then the ice skating match happens. So this anime obviously fixed that problem. So when Akane is going through that process again, it makes more sense. So, but the ice skating match, Asusa being incredibly amazing. Then you have the animation to when they're fighting on the ice. The ice is so clean. It is so good. The impacts look more like intense than when Rama has to like save Akane and pretty much bangs himself up. And Akane's like, "Oh my god, you're hurt." And he's like, "No." She pokes him, and he just freaks out. It's so good. And then when like him and Ryoga have to fight them, and they're jumping in to save Akane, and he just freaks out. He's like, "Oh shit, I'm Peachan." He just, yeah, the show is so damn good. It just is amazing. They ended the right way. They ended it instead of with like a weird clip show. It just ends with Shampoo leaving and getting in the Shampoo arc. I think they did this also pretty much the same way, but obviously Grace Liu, in my opinion, is a little bit better than Kathy Wesluck because it's a little less racist sounding because Grace Liu is actually Chinese. So like the Chinese speaking and the ni haos and everything comes off a little more authentic, and it's just done so well. Like Shampoo in this animation is a clean baddie, bro. Straight up. Like I was seeing people on the internet and they were like, "Yo, bro, Shampoo on this new animation built different." I was like, "Actually, they ain't wrong, bro." Like, and like when she like kisses Ranma and Akane freaks out, that's actually better in my opinion in this than it was in the older anime. Man, this isn't really supposed to be a comparison. I think it's hard not to. It's hard to not compare it to the older show. But yeah, it's just like the whole thing is pretty much done shot for shot like the original series because it's shot for shot from the manga this time around. And most of the original series, the first season really isn't filler like that. So they did do some stuff like really well, really insane justice, things like that. They just took one of the best shows ever and made it another one of the best shows ever. That's like really what they did. Like, let's keep it 1,000%. But I would say Rama One Half is just a fun time, just in on Netflix. It's on Netflix if you have Netflix. It's a fun time just to sit back if you want to laugh, enjoy some martial arts, but also get some romance drama, but also a little bit of just what the hell did I just see? Rama One Half is like the go to for me. Like it was always my go to back then, and I would still recommend it now to this day, even the older series. But I would definitely say if you want to watch something with cleaner animation, I understand the animation back then is dated. It was animated in the late '80s, early '90s. But if you like that aesthetic, then I would say go back and watch the older series. But if you're more just like I just want to see some clean animation, then yeah, this anime absolutely 10 out of 10. Like so, I would give the first season of Rama straight up 9.5 out of 10. Matter of fact, fuck it, I'll give it a 10, bro. I love the first season of Ranma, and I would like to talk about it a little bit more, but I don't want my video to be like too damn long. And I'm already going on 15, 16 minutes at this point. So I think I'll just say, as a lifetime fan of Ranma, this show has so much potential. And if they actually allow it to keep going and finish it, I think this would be one of the most highly loved remakes of all time. Like up there with Fruits Basket and FMA Brotherhood. Like real talk. And that's just how I'm landing on this. And also it's my first anime video. So yay for me, right? Like starting to really get out here. But if you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe for more, and be on the lookout for more videos as I'm dropping them. I plan on doing a lot more content going forward. And I'll see you guys on the next one.